What's up guys, SkyKevin here, and today we're talking about the newly announced Trade Winds update for Atlas. We're going over everything we've seen in the announcement, as well as my predictions for how things are going to look going forward. So, let's get started. Everyone was aware that Atlas planned to eventually wipe for a new season, but based on the previous announcements, I think this came as a surprise to many that it would be coming up by the end of April. Given they implemented the new land claiming system in March, I assumed it would at least be a couple months before the next update, where they would then finally wipe. But I'm happy to be wrong in this case. So let's go through the update itself and point out some of the new additions to this wipe. To start off, new ship customizations aren't really anything new. I've already voiced my concerns on a previous video about the overall state of ship customizability. In the trailer, it seems that they've just added an area on the center of the ship where you can now decide what kind of single attachment you want to include on the center, be it diving platforms or extra cannons or even catapults. The addition of the new platform saddles was also a very surprising inclusion to the game, since it's clearly a one-to-one port of an asset from ARC. We've seen this before obviously, but still, we have to ask ourselves, what is this going to mean for the overall land meta in the game going forward? Now with the ability to literally walk around with moving puckles, I'm having horror flashbacks from when NPCs could be put on swivel carts in Season 1. Something tells me this is going to be an insanely unbalanced way to essentially walk a cannon platform up a mountainside while puckling down any infantry that try to stop it. On the other hand, I am so glad that larger tames like elephants and the giant Tortuga actually have a use, despite the fact that, once again, Atlas has made the mistake of adding island and tame content that will likely flip the land meta on its head. Also, on a side note, can't you just put like 5 of those tames on a ship and suddenly have extra puckles and cannons on your deck to shoot any other ship around you? Let me know in the comments down below what your prediction would be for that. I'm very curious to see what everyone else thinks. Finally, we have the Trade Winds, the centerpiece of this update. This is something that I'm actually very excited for. I play Atlas for the ship content, and that's about it. Now, if I can sail from island to island and it'll only take a quarter of the time, I think it'll definitely spice things up when you're out on the water. By the looks of it in the trailer, the actual laneway that you'll be using is a light blue line through the water. As your ship sails into this line, it has a speed boost in whatever direction that it's going. I think this is obviously going to be used as a high traffic highway for ships going through your grid, as well as a great means of slingshotting your ship Ricky Bobby style to catch others that might try to evade around using this slipstream. I think it will definitely succeed in generating content, as well as speeding up the monotonous sailing regimen that we have currently. Hopefully, it doesn't take away from the ship combat itself, and people won't be using it as a way to juke into it and immediately zip out of render range. Further, depending on where this fast lane is located, I'd be interested to see if it runs by any buildable environments. Theoretically, if it does build too close to any islands on the new map, you could see those pesky underwater seawall traps making a big appearance along that line. The update is happening next Wednesday, April 28th, and they've promised more changes to come with that update. I'm definitely going to check it out because it might be just what the game needs to spice up the ship versus ship combat. And as for the land combat, well, I'm not too worried about that because for the most part, I like to stay out on the water at all times. Hopefully this will be an ideal change to see a lot of the player base come back, and we'll get another good start to the next season of Atlas. As always, I'm making new videos about Atlas and other MMOs, so subscribe if you want to see more. That's it for today. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time.